I don't think we've ever stopped believing in any kid ever.
Hey everybody, it's Molly Stone, the Associate Director of Live Performance at Catamount Arts, coming to you from the campus of NVU Linden. That will be our next outdoor music venue. You've heard that right. We are going to have live music this summer here in the Northeast Kingdom, and it is going to be hosted on site at the campuses of NVU Johnson and NVU Linden. And I'm here today to meet some of my co-workers, and we're going to go over the protocols for keeping everyone safe and make sure everyone has a great time at this new series. And it begins on July 11th and 12th. So you can see the entire lineup of all the movies, all the bands on our website at catamount.org. And while you're there on the website, please purchase your raffle tickets for our summer solstice raffle. That drawing is coming right up. It's going to be drawn, the winner's going to be drawn on July 1st. And I will be drawing that winner at an undisclosed location with the Kingdom All-Stars, where they will be live streaming a concert, which will kick off their concert series that is going to be live streamed through the month of July on Saturdays. So there's so much exciting stuff coming up all around music and the arts, and we are keeping as creative and safe as possible and bringing to you live entertainment. And also, we have a project going on right now called What's Your Art? And I've been going through submissions over the last week, and it has been an honor to be let into the lives of our community members and seeing what makes their heart beat. And so continue to send those submissions in, and you can see how to do that. You can register by going to catamountarts.org, or you can reach out to me directly, but please get involved. All right. Today's Catamoment features a colleague of mine. Lewis Botelho-Gomes is the program music director and program coordinator of the Epic Music program at Catamount Arts. And this is part of a larger program, a global program that was started in Venezuela in 1975 called El Sistema. And Lewis and I talked about how he's had to adapt to the new normal and how he's reached out and stayed in touch with all of his students during the COVID-19 crisis. And here's that interview. Hi, Lewis. Thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me, Molly.
So what I always do at the outset of these interviews, especially during these times, is to ask my guest how they're doing personally. So I'm putting that to you. How are you, Lewis?
Well, like most of us, ups and downs. I think with the unknown comes a lot of insecurity. So some mornings it's this total absence of ambition, but some other mornings I leap out of bed and just go to work. And the first month of this was super hard, and then it picked up. And do you want to know how it happened, the pickup process? I had one student from Epic calling me and asking for online lessons. Mm-hmm. And that was the whole beginning of us coming back into action. Now go on, next question, or I'll just don't stop talking. You know?
That is a beautiful example of, getting back down to the simple motivations in life, which is, getting a call from someone who wants to reconnect. And people should know that you and I both work for Catamount Arts, and we both work on different sorts of programming at the Art Center. And what you do at Catamount Arts has everything to do with getting instruments into kids' hands. So can you tell people your role at Catamount and then explain what the program is?
Okay, I am an employee of Catamount Arts, working specifically with Epic Music program, which is an after-school activity based at St. Johnsbury School, but not limited to their students. It's open to the whole community. for children from second through eighth grades. And our mission is to teach them strings instrument, violin, viola, cello, and eventually one day double bass. But it's beyond that. We're not only teaching instruments. We meet every day after school for 90 minutes, and we are modeled after El Sistema orchestras, which it builds citizenship, artistry, and grit. We want the kids to believe in themselves, and I guess we start with ourselves believing in them 100%. And I don't think we've ever stopped believing in any kid ever. And this belief that they will do it, they can do it, and I think it keeps them going forward in spite of all adversities they have in life. So that's the goal. That's the thing. And what I do at Catamount at Epic, is basically a little bit of everything. I take care of instruments. I make sure that the children have instruments in order. I make sure that they're coming, so I connect with parents to know why they're not coming and whatnot. Then I teach music theory. I teach cello. Now I'm teaching viola and violin in the summer. I'll tell you about that later. And I direct rehearsals. So I guess I'm the music director and program coordinator.
Yeah, and so you mentioned something about St. Johnsbury School, where Epic was held 4 times a week at St. J's School, open to everyone. And you had just gotten together with the Epic kids before we had to shut down all programming. And so things took a turn pretty quickly. And so can you tell me what has changed and how you've adapted this program to meet the needs of the kids that were in Epic?
Sure. I guess when we had to shut down mid-March, it was a bit of a shock, and we didn't know where we'd go from there. That's when this just adorable student calls and asks for online lessons. I said, wait a minute, here we go. And I had been wanting to do it, but not quite knowing how. So we contacted all our children. We have about 30 students and offered online lessons. A lot of them decided to take online lessons, and we went forth with those with variable results for about 2 months. Since the governor has lowered the stay at home or the safety procedures, we can now give one-on-one lessons, provided that everybody's wearing a mask and on a wide space. So now it's real lessons. And it was a massive turnout. Basically, all our children are back with us. So I guess the main purpose of this was, okay, from a very egotistical music director, say, I don't want to lose my work. I've worked with these kids. I don't want to lose everything that they've done. You know, they're sounding so great. But there's also the humanistic thing. I mean, what are they going to have as far as the food we're feeding them with, like chicken pie or water? Suddenly their source goes dry. They don't have anything anymore. Where are we, right? And meeting with them 90 minutes a day, it does become very personal. We learn everything about those kids, and they are just wonderful in their ways. So basically, keeping in touch with them has been wonderful on the online, even though the results were variable. But now teaching them for real, it's like saying, we are here for you, and we are here for you the whole summer long. That changes everything, and it also changes the way parents see their children. They see that their children are very important to the community.
They are. I mean, the last time I saw the Epic Kids on stage was first night last year, last December 31st, where they came up and joined the Kingdom All-Stars on stage. So it was, I don't know how many kids were on stage, but a stage full of youth musicians, and it was so inspiring. And so carrying this through is such important work, and it's such an important work to Catamount Arts, because if you don't bring the children in to the creative arts, then our jobs kind of go away. So continuing to give them that outlet, continuing to give them the opportunity to find themselves is just wonderful. And so during the summer, you usually have a 2-week long camp at St. J school, and that also has been canceled. Basically, everything has been canceled. So we really had to be creative in how we get in touch with our audiences, the kids included. So going forward, what do you see in the future?
Well, we're not mentioning part of our work here, which is the North Country Youth Chorus, which ended up with 40 kids before we had to stop rehearsals. And those are part of our music making community. So we cannot have chorus meeting because droplets go everywhere when you sing. Mm-hmm. So forget about it for a while, I guess. So we developed a project that can and hopefully will involve a lot of children from the chorus and our kids from the orchestra, which is listening to a piece of music, pre-selected, and responding to it in an artistic way. Mm-hmm. So the kids have a weekend to work on it, make a video, draw something, a painting, a short story, a poem, whatever form of art they have to express how they feel about the piece of music that they hear. Then we're gonna put everything together, pomp and circumstance, in almost like Oscar night, and put everybody's work together with that music as background. And the music's a surprise I don't know yet.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we're going forward. The future after the summer, who knows? Maybe I think we are very much following St. Johnsbury School's guidelines because we are based there. We'll see what they say about social distancing, numbers of children in a class, if we can comply with all the cleaning and masks and social distancing. So God knows. I mean, let's hope for the best, but important thing is they can still make music. Right. Even if they're on one-on-one or little duets. I have a family here that has 4 string players. The other one has 3 string players. So they are already a trio or a quartet in themselves. So we'll start from there and just sail our boat in this uncharted territory. We'll see.
Yeah, and on that note, heading into uncharted territory and really not knowing what the fall is going to look like, we can assure families that whatever happens, even if we can't be in a room together, if chorus can't meet, that you will create some sort of connection with them and continue this learning.
The one thing that I haven't mentioned in our interview, and I think it's super important, is that the founder of our orchestra, Jason Bergman, he has plenty of work now in the summer, involved with a lot of private teaching, so he's not being part of this, but we totally miss him. He brings an incredible amount of passion to our program, and he's the reason why EPIC has existed for all this time. So we're just looking forward to getting all together again somehow, sometime.
Somehow, some way. And yes, Jason, I have seen Jason in action, and he is full of passion, full of energy, and has been such an asset to Catamount Arts. And I can't thank him, and I can't thank you and Anne enough for the work you do in the educational side of our operation at Catamount Arts. We really reach our arms out into the community in every way that we possibly can to bring arts to everyone. So on behalf of myself, Catamount Arts, and the Northeast Kingdom, I want to thank you, Lewis, for everything that you do and for joining me here today for this conversation.
Well, and I have to thank you guys for the opportunity and the trust.
Yep. Well, until we meet again in person, Lewis, I will sign off and say, stay safe and stay well.
Likewise, greetings. Bye.
Thank you so much, Lewis, for joining me. And thank you, Lewis, Jason, and Anne for keeping our kids engaged during this time. Now it's time for you to get engaged with us. Go to our website, catamountarts.org, and purchase your tickets for our upcoming movie and concert series. And also submit your works of art to What's Your Art? And of course, purchase those raffle tickets. And I thank you in advance, and I'll see you next time on Catamoments. Bye.
Catamount Arts would like to thank these sponsors for their continued support.
Hey everybody, Molly Stone. Yep, that's me. Hang on, let's try again. I feel better when I'm walking.